Alright, today is going to be a follow-up video showing you how to replace the sway bar bushings on the front of the Lexus. You'll have to see my other video for how to do them on the rear. The rear, super easy. You can probably do both in 5 minutes. The front, going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Obviously, as you see, you're going to want to start by taking the wheel off. Once you get the wheel off, grab a number 12. You're going to have a wrench to get in here. You've got two number 12 bolts on either side of the bushing. And I'll spare you the expense of watching me get these out, so I'll speed it up a little bit for you. Just know that it's nothing hard about this, just a pain to have to use a wrench in there because you can't get your ratchet. Not really enough space or anything, but nothing super difficult about this. I've mentioned that the fronts they're more difficult than the rear, but they're not hard at all. I'm simply a comparison. The rear, literally, if you watch the other video, 5 minutes and you can be done with both because they're not under any type of pressure or stress. Whereas that's not the case on the front, especially the front bolt that you see me working on right here. That one is pretty tough as far as the very limited movement on your wrench. So not hard, just be prepared for it to take a while to get out. About the only other tool you're going to need is, I recommend either a pry bar like you're going to see me use, or minimum is a flat screwdriver, a pretty good size one. So just using a big flat screwdriver to pop the old bushing out, not much to that. Then I'm going to get out a pry bar, and what I liked about this little pry bar was I was able to pry it up enough that I could kind of leave it there. It gave me enough space to do what I wanted to do if I pried it and pushed it in there. It gave me enough space to basically kind of get a rag underneath there, and I just really wanted to clean the sway bar up a little bit before I put the new bushing on there. There was a lot of grease, and as I'm sure you're aware, that grease probably attracted some dirt in this process, and I just wanted to start fresh and clean. So now I'm going to put the new bushing on, and my new bushings were pretty tight, pretty hard to open, which is good, but I had to use the flat screwdriver just to pry it open, just to get it around. They were that tight. So just use your screwdriver or your hand if you're maybe a lot stronger than I am. That wouldn't be saying a lot. So pry them open and just get it on there. You don't have to have it the right direction. You just want to get it on to start with. Then you can use your pry bar to lift up on the sway bar and position it correctly. Just be careful. If that thing were to slip and your finger get caught between the sway bar and the frame, I'm not sure it would break anything, but it wouldn't be a good day for you. So be careful with your fingers in there, and then put your new bracket on. And about the hardest part from here was because the sway bar had kind of moved a little bit. I did have to use the screwdriver a little bit to kind of tap around and get the sway bar adjusted so that the holes lined up. Nothing difficult at all. I think probably total, even with me speeding up, it took me less than 10 or 15 minutes per side, so significantly longer than the back, but not hard. And while I didn't notice much with the rear bushings, after I replaced the front bushings, this car's obviously got some age on it, 19 years at this point. I did notice that it handled a lot better. So the rear ones didn't help, but the front ones did. Hope that helps. See you guys soon.